let's talk about software quality. Building software that works accurately, gives you great results, is not just enough. When you're professionally developing software, there are a lot many attributes that make your software look a good software. One of those attributes is maintainability. So what is maintainability? Your software product should be coded in such a way that it can evolve over time. Customer requirements may change, upgrades may be requested, new market technologies may emerge. All these have to be incorporated in your existing software product. There is no way you will have enough time and money to start developing everything from scratch every time a change is requested. The software is set to be maintainable only if it can integrate these new updates into the existing product. That is one of the first attributes of a good software. The second attribute of a good software is dependability and security. So what is dependability? Dependability includes a lot of characteristics. It may be reliability, availability, safety, and here security. Don't get bogged down by these terms. These terms will almost always sound very similar, and you may not be able to, sometimes clearly pinpoint in your head as to what is the difference between dependability, reliability, availability. Don't get bogged down. Don't worry. I'll try to give you a clear idea of what it means. Again, we are going to detail all these terms throughout the course of your semester. So dependability is kind of an umbrella term which covers availability, reliability, and safety. So let's get down to each of these terms. First, let me talk about reliability. Your software is set to be reliable if it gives you the correct output, exact output, accurate output every time you run it. I have a calculator. I call the calculator function to add two numbers. Suppose I say 2, 3. 2 plus 3 will always give me the answer 5. No matter I run this operation once, twice, 10 times, 100 times, or 1,000,000 times, the answer or the output is still going to be 5. So I say the calculator is reliable. Similar thing with your software. Any software that gives you an accurate output, not just once, given the same input, it gives you the same output and the correct output, then that kind of software is called as a reliable software. The second subterm under dependability is availability. Whenever I invoke the software should be up and running. Take examples of your VTU website. Back again. Whenever you need the website, it should be available. Suppose your results are out. You're trying to log in to get your results, but the servers are not responding. Whenever they respond with correct output, that is, they are reliable, but they are not available. Does not make them a dependable software. Does not make them a dependable website. So I hope you've got the difference between available and reliable. Available software may not be a reliable software. Every time I call the calculator function, it's always available. It's always up and running. But it may tell me 2 plus 3 is 1. Not a reliable software. Please understand the difference between these two terms. The third term under dependability is safety. The software product I use in case of failure should not cause any damage to life and property of another human being. So let's talk about softwares used in the medical field. Suppose you have a diabetic person, a patient, and his blood sugar levels have to be constantly monitored. And you have a software there in place to constantly monitor his blood sugar levels. And based on his blood sugar levels at regular intervals, you're going to calculate what is the dosage of insulin that has to be injected into this diabetic person. Insulin controls vital functionalities of the human body, and inaccurate doses of insulin may cause damage to organs, to vital organs. It may also cost the patient's life. Suppose a software whose task is to measure blood sugar levels, calculate the right amount of dosage of insulin, and administer the insulin into the patient. This is the software. Imagine what will happen if that software fails. It will administer incorrect dosage of insulin, and this may cost the patient his life. So software is said to be safe if it does not cause damage to life and property even when it fails. That is called as safety. So dependability covers these three attributes: availability, reliability, and safety. So if your software is available, reliable, and safe, then your software is dependable. The next term is security. Suppose you have a software which collects your personal information. Say you're wearing a smart band on your wrist. The smart band is an advanced level or an advanced fitness band, and it constantly monitors your heart rate, your blood pressure, your pulse rate, your activity, and many other attributes, your sleep time, and so on, the quality of your sleep, and so on. And when you have values beyond the standard threshold, it is going to alert your family doctor, a clinic, a hospital, or any other emergency services, indicating to them, saying that maybe the person wearing the smartwatch is going to have a heart attack. Imagine if this data is now leaked and is out available to the general public. It is your personal health data. Such a software, which upon failure can leak important personal information to the people who are not supposed to have access to it, is not a secure software. You may think, I don't have a problem if a software is trying to tell my heart rate or blood pressure history values to outside. Think about this. You're using hundreds of apps on your mobile phone. What if one of the apps, when you install, you give access permission to a wide variety of other resources on your phone? What if one of your apps takes your personal chat messages or your pictures or your videos and puts it out to the general public? Hurts, right? So that's why any software should not allow unauthorized access or users' information and make it available to anyone who's not intended to view it. Such a software is called as a secure software. Your software may be working perfectly fine, giving you accurate results, but along with that, if it's going to take all your personal data and leak it out on the internet, then that software is definitely not desirable by the customer. Let's go to the next software quality attribute, efficiency. Software should not make wasteful use of any system resources. So when you run your software, you're going to use resources such as memory, you're going to use processor cycles, and so on. So a software should give you the correct result, but should have, say, you should be very responsive. Its processing time and memory utilization should be kept at minimal, should be very responsive, and should take a very short amount of time to reply back to the user who has made a query or a request for certain desired results. So if your software works perfectly, but replies after, say, 2 minutes or 1 minute of your query, you're not going to be happy with such a software. The next attribute is acceptability. Software must be acceptable to the type of users for which it is designed. That is, it must be easily understandable, it should be easy to use, and it should be compatible with other systems. Let's consider I make a software for you, but the software has such a complex user interface that you find it so hard to use it every time you try to use it. Such a software is not acceptable. Suppose a software has a friendly user interface, but the features and functionalities are redundant, they're so complex, and they're not according to my need. I'm not going to use the software. Suppose I'm already using a lot of gadgets. I have a phone, a reader, a speaker, an internet-enabled speaker, and a printer, and so many other devices which are already working fine, and they can communicate to each other on the network without any hassles. Now I give you this new software, which cannot interact with any other gadgets, which cannot allow you to share via Bluetooth or any other features, any data or any information with the existing software systems already that you have been well versed with and you're using. You would not accept such a software. So acceptability is also an important attribute for your software to sell in the market. Let's review. Along with giving accurate output, your software should be maintainable, it should be dependable in the sense it should be available, reliable, and safe to use, and it should also incorporate all security policies and procedures. It should be efficient. It should not make wasteful use of any of precious processor cycles and memory. It should be acceptable in the sense it should be easy to use. It should adapt to the user's already existing environment.